and Mike bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Good evening and welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. My name is Mike, and that's Erin over there.
I'm Erin. I was checking to see if I turned my microphone on.
Is it on?
Yep, now you can't see it.
Very cool. Good evening, guys. Thanks you for joining us for another live stream here, part of our Wyoming Life, where we get a chance to sit down with you guys twice a month and talk about what's going on around the ranch and what's going on around ranching worldwide. So you guys are very cool.
I thought you were saying the same sentence twice.
I thought about it. I was like, I just said that, so now I got to change it.
You forgot where you were going.
I did kind of forget where I was going. I lost track of that sentence. Had to rope it and bring it back. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We have people from all over the world to join us for our live stream, and we know that taking time out of your day is just as important as us taking time out of our day to hang out with each other and hang out and just kind of have a little bit of fun this evening. So today was a busy day on the ranch, and you guys will find out all about that hopefully tomorrow if I get the video edited in time.
Maybe we should get up at 4 and see.
I know, I thought about that. I was like, maybe I should get up at 4 and start editing because we have another busy day ahead of us tomorrow, which we have to film and then put out for Thursday's video. So lots of stuff happening around here. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're also going to talk about...
If you follow us on Instagram and Patreon and Facebook...
There's too many things.
You probably already know.
What do they already know?
What's going on tomorrow.
What is going on tomorrow?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, that's coming up later? Okay, we'll talk about
that's
that
what
later.
You said.
Well, it's later now, so technically. So anyway, big thank you to our moderators tonight for hanging out with us. William Dunn, Lori Hable, Zach Hewitt, Bill the Tractor Man, Jeff Lake is in there as a moderator tonight, and of course the lead moderator who does the least amount of work, Matt Fensel. Thank you very much, guys, for keeping us all in line. It makes our life a whole lot easier. And, of course, everybody that's joining us makes their life easier as well. You don't have to put up with a bunch of bull crap, except for, from us. So they can't ban us from the chat. If they banned us, there's no point.
Well, we don't chat. We don't type.
No, but I wonder if they could, actually. You guys should try banning us one of these days, see if that works. Or at least, could you mute us for a while? Because that'd be awesome.
I don't think they can.
Anybody can mute us anytime they want. You just hit that little X button up in the upper right-hand corner, and boom, there we go. We're gone. So, anyway, how was your week?
It was all right.
Yeah, I guess it's been 2 weeks since we've had a live stream. First and third Sunday, and then the last Sunday of the week is our Patreon exclusive live stream. And this week, or this month, for our Patreon exclusive live stream, we have some special guests joining us. Don't we? Yeah. Isn't that the plan?
Yeah.
Jeff and Carrie are going to join us for live stream.
It'll be Jeff's farewell.
It will be Jeff's farewell live stream, won't it? Well,
we talked about this, that you're going to have him say goodbye like in a regular owl video.
Well, what I was thinking was he's going to be here for the first Sunday.
No, Patreon exclusive.
Of
They get
November.
Exclusive content on Patreon.
I know.
Special things happen on Patreon.
Okay.
You try to give all the Patreon things to all the people, and I say no. You have to stay on Patreon.
Very true. Okay, so next Sunday, if you're a Patreon supporter, Jeff will be in. Yeah, we'll give Jeff a so long and we'll wave and as he drives down the highway and play some sad music and we'll cry and then do a little jig and off to work.
Woohoo!
He's not here. It's cool. He can't hear anything we're saying anyway.
He's rolling his eyes. She's so mean to me.
Actually, I think I kind of started that one. But yeah, so that Jeff's farewell live stream will be next weekend, next Sunday, Patreon exclusive. Yeah. And then, of course, he'll probably pop up in a video and say goodbye and all that kind of good stuff. Jeff.
Is next week Patreon?
I think so.
I don't have my phone.
I don't here.
So I can't check.
Do I have a calendar? I don't know.
It is live stream week, right? The 16th seems weird.
Is today live stream? I don't know. Did we just...
Did we mess it up?
Did we mess it up? No, first Sunday, which was the 2nd. Third Sunday, which is the 16th. Oh, the last Sunday is the 30th. So
no, we get a whole week off.
So we get a whole week off. So the next Patreon live stream is the 30th. That's when we'll say goodbye to Jeff. Kick him out the door.
He was thinking I was mean to him.
Of course he was.
And he rolled his eyes.
Jeff should just get a t-shirt that says Erin's mean to me.
But I'm not.
I think Erin's mean to me. Actually, actually we could put on the front of the T-shirt, it would say, Erin's mean to me. And then the back, it would say, I'm not mean to you, stupid. And then signed by Erin.
I don't have my phone tonight, so you guys can't make fun of me for checking my phone.
Yeah, you guys can drink when I check mine. I'll check mine every few minutes. So, anyway, gardens done.
Oh God, no.
So today we woke up 32 degrees.
Oh, shocking.
Here on the ranch, but we still haven't had like good freeze, right?
Perception is reality. Jeff, you can change your perception.
You can also change your reality, which is way more fun. So 32 degrees this morning on the ranch. No frost yet. No real frost.
I mean, 32,
Is that considered a freeze?
It's a light freeze.
A light freeze.
Yeah, I mean, 32 is freezing.
So all the gardens though are still safe for now.
So unfortunately, very fine out there. So.
Fortunately, are you ready to be done with gardens?
Carrie and I have a lot of work to do this week to get us ready. My trellis didn't work on our tomatoes this year. I've talked about this, I think, and so all the they're all laying on the ground, and we did take out some posts and cut some trellis so that they would so we could cover. So the last 2 nights I have put row cover on top of the tomatoes because we just haven't had time to pick them. And like they taste better if they ripen on the vine, and they have been super slow to ripen. They're very, very green. They are lightening and starting to turn red. So, and I've had water cut off for like 2 weeks. Like and I cut it back like 6 weeks ago. Like I've done all the things.
Well, we haven't gone through the mass tomato exodus yet.
No.
There's still tomatoes on the vine.
Probably 1,000 pounds.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, we're gonna work on that this week. I still have a little bit of potatoes to dig. We have some leeks to pull out. Onions are out. Winter squash are out. But like all the cabbage and the broccoli and cauliflower and beets and carrots and kohlrabi and scallions, like they're all fine. Like they'll survive a light frost. So.
Melissa said, goats are still out, Jeff.
Oh, he'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
No, it's dark though. Good luck with Ethel.
No, she's already.
Oh, did you already put?
Yeah, I think they were in already.
I would check
yeah,
that
Jeff
on
took
my
care
phone.
of goats already, or took care of the donkeys already. If anybody follows us on Facebook, and I think it was on Instagram as well, was your giant carrots.
Oh yeah,
that you've been growing this year. Your mutant weird.
I have more giant vegetables that I need to take pictures of. We've had huge celery, like huge celery that's like huge, and then
is it big?
It's big.
Yeah.
And then I have a one spinach plant that is from spring. It's in the bed that I planted in the high tunnel for springtime, and it somehow survived like being replanted and everything, and it's growing. And I have spinach leaves that are like this big.
Is there a Facebook group or page or something that like has like where you can spotlight like mutant vegetables?
I have a rainbow chard, like a leaf of rainbow chard that I'm not kidding is like this tall.
What do you do? So when you have giant what do you do with giant vegetables? Like I had a gal in the farm store. So I mean, this is like it wasn't just one giant carrot. Like all the carrots are that big. The carrots are like the size of this sriracha
Carrie
bottle.
weighed one the other day. It was 2.2 pounds, 2.5 pounds
For one carrot,
For
right?
one carrot, it's a bag of carrots.
So I had a gal in the farm store, and she said, "I don't know what to do with this."
Well, you just chop it up and eat it,
Well, I get that.
like you do a carrot.
But how many carrots can you really eat before you start to turn orange? Like, is there
I don't know.
such thing as like is it potassium? What is in carrots? Vitamin K.
Beta carotene.
Whatever. Can you overdose on it? Because these carrots will do it to you.
One bundle of carrots isn't going to do it to you.
They're huge. But anyway, this gal was like, "I don't know what to do with these carrots," and I said, "I guess you
Just chop them up.
save them, freeze them, do something with them."
The kale crop is great this year, Matt. It's as tall as me. It comes up to like my armpits.
It looks like there's one corner of the high tunnel that kind of looks like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's where the rainbow chard and the kale are at.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I walked back there. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was closing the doors or something one night, and it was a little scary. Like it was getting dark, shadows were falling across the high tunnel. I was waiting for a velociraptor or maybe an emu to jump out at me and try to eat
And
me.
we have winter beets in the high tunnel that we planted in August, and those suckers are like this big. Yeah, so I don't know about the chard because that doesn't ever really taste that good. But the big spinach, Carrie ate it the other day, and actually because the nighttime temps have been cool and stuff, like the spinach is actually like the best spinach. It's in the high tunnel.
What happens when the nighttime temperatures are cool?
It gets more sugar, and so it's sweeter. It's really super tender because it's been inside and hasn't been windy, and it's not super dirty. So even the really big spinach is really good. The carrots are fine. They taste good. We've been eating them.
Yeah, I mean, they're good. They're just big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Hog Barbecues asked, how do you like the Hustler products? We did release this month, was it this month? Our first Hustler equipment review, which was the Harrow, which worked great. But you know what? Here's the thing. Like, we have all this equipment to test from Hustler. The equipment's really cool, but I'm actually more excited about the chance to work with the company themselves and being able to work with the R&D department and the engineers and stuff at Hustler. I mean, it's crazy to get a call from a company and they're like, hey, do you mind testing this for us really quick? And it's like, sure, yeah, we'll run out and see how it works.
What day are they going to be here?
So we have on the 24th, which is next Monday.
Okay, I remembered it was a Monday. I was like, it's not tomorrow, right?
And I don't know if it's going to be a video or not, but Hustler is actually bringing a couple tractors and some skid steers to the ranch, and they're going to be testing.
They're bringing
some stuff.
another company out.
Right, they're bringing out a tractor dealership, basically, kind of deal.
We probably won't be able to film it.
Probably not.
Maybe be able to take a picture for Facebook and Instagram.
But it is cool to be able to, like, have an engineer call you up and be like, "Hey, we were worried about this. Have you had a chance to try this? Or if you haven't, can you do this really quick and see if it breaks?"
Didn't they ask you to go do something to the?
Well, they asked us to go take pictures.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm going to throw Jeff underneath the bus here, but one of the buckets with the grapple on it. Jeff broke it already. But the engineers called me like a week later and said, hey, we're wondering if this would happen if you did this. And I said, yeah, we already did that. We already broke it. Like, it's done. It's already broken. And they were just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that answers that question. And I was like, yeah, can you send me some parts so we can fix it? Because we can't get parts in town for them. But it was pretty funny because I was like, no, we already did that. And it, just random timing. But I said, yeah, it's already done. You're right. And they must have known it was an issue, or they thought it would be an issue, because one of the problems that they have is where this stuff is from in New Zealand or Australia, they don't use skid steers a whole lot. So once we started hooking stuff up to skid steers, then they're like, oh, wait a minute, this might not work with a skid steer. Sure, it don't. It didn't. So hopefully we'll have that in a video and be able to talk more about that once we clear up the lawyer stuff. So get that all done. But it is really cool to work with a company like Hustler, and we do the same thing with AeroQuip or Gone Country hats or whoever it is. Like, we like to form relationships with companies that we can actually work with, and help. Both of us we can help each other along the way. I mean, Erin, she's got an opinion. And
I don't have an opinion about the Hustler stuff. I don't use.
I don't know. You've ran the Hustler enough. Do you like the?
It's overly complicated.
It's overly complicated.
Yeah, I don't do it often enough.
True, it can be.
I've done it like twice. The
You did fine,
spooler
though.
was much easier.
Yeah. Very, very true. Very true. So, yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, that's where they're from.
Yeah.
So I guess I knew that. But, yeah, I mean, I like being able to work with a company that we can work with. So.
I think their stuff's super cool. I mean, like, I don't do that stuff. I can, but I don't. So,
No.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had to feed on a regular basis or anything. So, yeah, the Hustler's nice.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I mean, we have Patreon supporters, obviously, and one of the levels in Patreon is we get to have a chat once a month. We have a video chat or a phone chat. And last week I talked to one of our $50 supporters, and she's down in Texas, and we were talking about equipment and stuff like that. And like, not everybody, has this, this opportunity that we have, which is amazing, that we have the opportunity to be able to almost be people's surrogate for trying out equipment and showing it to people, and is this something that would be worth it to you? And it kind of worked in reverse with them, because they have a small herd of Angus cattle. They have some goats, they have some sheep. And she always wanted an AeroQuip. She was like, that'd be so awesome. But she's seen the AeroQuip work, and she's just like, we don't need that. It's just way too much for what we have, And that works. It kind of works the other way around too.
And we're getting different AeroQuip stuff here shortly too.
At some point,
some new gates.
So
some
new stuff there. So
it's really nice because like some of the we're, as like you were saying, we have relationships and stuff. So like some of the things like we've noticed, like the gates will pop on the aero equip and stuff. So like they've redesigned that, and not just based upon like our feedback.
Oh no,
and
I'm sure
stuff,
people
but,
complain
like,
about stuff all the time.
But like we told them about it, and like long before like this, you know, these changes take a long time to come into effect and stuff. So like new gates are on potentially on the list of things that we're gonna, and I've seen them like now they're advertising them on social media and stuff, like they're in production and for sale and stuff, and it's fun to see that stuff, like those changes that we've noticed and we've talked to them about and said, hey, this isn't working or this needs tweaked and stuff, and to see, and again, other people are telling them the same thing, paying customers are telling them.
Yeah, well, we had the sorting alley in the front of the chute. We had that break during branding. Was it branding?
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. And it broke, and they've redesigned it already. And you know, they called me and said, thank you for your input, but we're going to change this, and we're going to do this, and that stuff. So definitely being able to work with these companies is wonderful for us. By the way, Gone Country, this is probably, we're down to like the last weeks for this hat. This hat's about ready to go away, and
it's still been nice.
It's still been decent, but you know, I gotta move on with my life, and we'll be switching back to the black hat here within the next couple weeks. But we will be disposing of this hat, and you can go to owl-hats.com to get this hat before it's gone. No, they're not taking it off the website, but I'm definitely taking it off my head and moving on to another one. So, Ethel's baby. Who's Ethel? Is she ever gonna have that thing?
I saw it kicking.
You saw it kicking?
Yeah.
Really? Actually, I did one day too. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd. I remember when
There's
you were
a baby
pregnant
in
and the
there.
kids would like kick and stuff like that. But like seeing a donkey kick is kind of like, oh, like that can't be.
You see it with the cows too.
Yeah, you see it occasionally. But she's been pregnant now for 38 months, and
seems like
and hopefully she will be downloading anytime now. She is super duper pregnant.
Yeah.
She's about as pregnant as you can get.
Yeah.
But from what we hear, first of all, donkeys give birth whenever they feel like it.
Whenever she's ready.
And there will be some signs, obviously, just like cows, you know, that when we're getting close to that time. I'm really excited for it, and I hope that we're there for the birth.
Oh my
I'm
God.
kind of afraid that we're not going to be. We're just
I hope it lives. Oh my God, it's just so much like obviously there's pressure with calving and stuff, but like, oh my God, her baby better be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, how do you deal with that if if it does go bad, like,
it's not.
we're just gonna keep on pretending she's pregnant, just feel like she's still pregnant,
No,
still haven't
I
had
mean,
it yet.
We'll tell everyone.
Yeah,
but
it's
God.
just gonna be a crappy deal. Also, Fancy and Cruella are pregnant, and they're due this month at some point too. So.
Well, I would say Cruella's more pregnant than Fancy.
You think so?
Have you seen her?
She eats a lot too, though. I think there's a lot of food pushing everything else out too, but definitely.
She swallowed a light bulb.
She swallowed something. She
No,
swallowed
she didn't
something.
swallow it.
Peggy asked how the composting of the cow is progressing.
We don't know.
Well, actually I do. I lie. So we had the steer that died, and we composted him. And we composted him right by where we composted those two cows. The earlier one, the first one that we composted, something dug in the pile. So there's bones, but that's it.
Yeah,
like
that's
everything else is gone.
You're not supposed to turn them for 6 months.
Right.
So I know somebody like a couple months back, I need an update on the composting cow. Whoa, first of all, whoa. And you're not supposed to mess with it. That's what compost does, is it just needs to not be messed with,
Right.
and just let it do its thing. It's not a quick process.
No.
It just needs to sit there. So.
But it is in November that I'm scheduled. I actually have it in my phone, so it'll give me a little alarm
to go turn it.
to go turn that cow.
Yeah.
And see what's.
Yeah, it's not like a go poke around and check on it kind of situation. Just leave it alone.
She'll go get curious, start
Yeah.
digging around.
No,
So,
yeah.
Sheila asked, how long have we had? We're back to Ethel. Seems like she's been pregnant forever. She has been pregnant forever,
Yeah.
38 months. We got her in May.
April.
We got
April
her
or
in April.
May. So they have a window, 11 to 13 months is what their pregnancy is. We know she had her last foal in June, and then we don't know how quickly she was exposed. So they can breed back super fast, just like horses. Like they can breed back within like 3 weeks.
Right.
We don't know if she was exposed right away within those 3 weeks, and we also don't know when she was cut off either. So we don't know how long.
She was cut off.
Right. I mean, we don't,
We
right?
don't,
Like,
no.
we don't know how long she was with.
Right. And I did talk to the vet, and we were talking about maybe getting some sort of ultrasound or preg check, and they said, oh, there's really not much we can do at this point. So
She's humongous.
She's-
There is a baby in there.
yeah.
She's not waxy. She doesn't have an udder. Her tail's not up.
No. And the foal is still sideways or
Yeah.
something. What did they say that when it's going to turn
Yeah.
or move back or
When we had
something?
the farrier was out, like 3 weeks ago or so, and he
Yeah.
said that it looked like the foal was really far forward still too, and it needs to drop.
Yep,
So-
exactly. A watch pot never boils, and a watch donkey never has a foal.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
I'm so excited. I hope it looks like her, and I hope its ears are 8 miles long.
What if it's twins, William says?
It doesn't have twins. I don't know. I mean, horses don't have. She's not a horse. I know she's a donkey, but they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, it's not twins. We are not equipped to deal with that.
So, like we were talking earlier, 20 minutes ago, that today was a really busy day on the ranch. And speaking of humongous animals, we got a chance to take a look at some of the cows that we're growing here on the ranch. And first of all, they look great. They've been on summer pasture. They've had lots to eat. They are humongous. And the reason we know that is because we brought all the cows home today.
Is the webcam working? Not
It's
now
dark
because it's
out right
dark.
now. Yeah.
But was it working
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, it was. So you may have seen the cows come home. If you're watching the webcam on our website, ourwyominglife.com, you probably got a chance to take a look at them. But all the cows are home. They are all in the triangle pasture. And yeah, some of those, I mean, we were joking about it, like Bambi is humongous.
They're all fat. They're all
Yeah.
grass fat.
Yeah, I mean, they're not pregnant fat. It's too early to be pregnant fat.
Well, number 8 is a propane tank.
She's always,
She doesn't bounce back anymore. She's too old.
whenever you tell me to go get a picture of a pregnant cow, I just go find number 8.
Well, you could have taken that video today.
Yeah, she number 8. If you think back, use your memory, go back in your Wayback Machine, and she's the one with the white face, black cow, white face. Always looks angry. Always looks like
She's
you're
a
just
sweet cow.
She's really sweet, but she always looks like she's super annoyed. Maybe not angry. Angry is not the word. Annoyed is the right word. She just looks annoyed all the time. Probably because she's like 7 feet or across. She's huge.
We should measure her belly.
Oh my gosh, all the way around. She's like, what do you call the cat? Girthy? Yeah, the cat is, yeah.
I call her Girthy Gertrude.
Yeah,
one
the
of our
cat. Yeah,
cats.
Girthy Gertrude. This one, yeah, she's humongous. So a lot of really big cows, and tomorrow, all these big cows get to come through
How much do you
for
think she
preg
weighs?
checking. I don't know. We're gonna find out though.
What's your guess?
I bet you she weighs 1,500 pounds.
She's gotta weigh at least 1,400.
She's humongous. She's just a big cow.
And her feet are so tiny.
I know she's so
I mean, they're
out of
the same
proportion.
as every
well,
other
they have like little stick legs, and then like all the way around, and then like this little tiny head on top. I mean, it's just.
I mean, she legitimately looks like she could like birth twins tomorrow.
Yeah, and even Bambi, she looks exactly like she did the day before she gave birth.
Yeah.
Like she's just that big. So they're just big cows, which is good
calves
because
look
they've
good,
been
too.
eating well. So I think that Jared's reading my mind. But tomorrow is preg checking day here on the ranch, and we are going to be filming that. That will be Thursday's video for you guys. We are going to weigh every single cow that comes through, and I think that will actually help us out because we'll be able to track their weights at least a couple times a year when the cows come through.
Yeah, because I guess we push them through in the spring to ivermectin them. So.
Yeah. When we sort off or branding or sometime around there, we'll probably bring
Did
all
you
of them
check if
through.
we have enough ivermec, or do I have to run to town? In the
No,
morning?
we've got enough. We checked.
Are you sure?
We did the math. 500,000 milliliters. No, 5,000 milliliters.
That's enough
That's enough.
for the cows
It's enough to do 76 cows.
and the heifers.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
we're not doing the calves.
No.
Oh, you could order it from FBN.
I could order it from FBN.
They'd be here in time.
That'd be super fun. So Jared asked, now that you have the scale and the air equip, any plans to track the weight of the breeding herd? Yeah.
They only get weighed twice a year, though.
Yeah, they'll get weighed twice a year, but it's still not a bad idea because you're able to see if they're getting smaller, if they're getting bigger, whatever. A cow that loses a bunch of weight over 6 months is probably not a good thing.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see, like, obviously we expect some variance between fall and spring and stuff, but like obviously we don't want them to lose. Well, we might want some of them to lose some weight over winter. We'll see. Maybe I need to revise the statement based upon some information that we gather tomorrow. They might all need to go on a diet when they start going on hay, because you don't want them to be obese for calving time.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, there's something called the body condition score, and if you're anywhere in cattle or agriculture, and there, I think it's on a scale like 1 to 7 or 1 to 6 or something like that. And yeah, you want your cows somewhere in the middle. In fact, there's a lot of ranchers that will cut back feed in the fall, so that first trimester they can stand to lose a little bit of weight.
We're kind of in second trimester.
Yeah, hard to do when they're on pasture, and
right.
We've had this long fall.
And they're probably going to go back on pasture for another 60 days or so with minimal. Not saying they won't ever get taken some hay, but like ideally they'll stay on pasture till like 1st of January.
Yeah.
Ideally, we'll see with the winter when we really get winter, but they're going to go down there at like looking at the month-long forecast, they're going to be on pasture for at least another 30 days. So.
Boy, I hope so. Road Toad asked with a $20 super chat, thank you very much.
You.
How much hay was harvested? We got just under 300 tons of hay.
Matt, I can't check my messages. I don't have my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been banned from looking at my watch.
Yeah. Did Matt send us a message? Is our phone?
I don't know.
Something wrong with
I
our
don't
phone?
have my phone. We have had hunters. We've had 2 groups of hunters.
You can drink now if you want.
Did you send us a message?
Oh, yeah, you want it? It's to you. Test.
I don't have my phone, Matt.
He's trying to get you to check your phone. He doesn't believe you don't have it. So yeah, we have had hunters. It's called hunting, not gathering. I've heard that about 30 times this year already. So hunting has been a little different this year because antelope numbers are down, and it's been a little bit tougher this year for the hunters to get their antelope. So I've heard from a few hunters that's why it's called hunting and not gathering, because it's supposed to be a little bit difficult. See what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's kind of a way of saying that I'm cool.
Whatever makes them feel better about spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
For 42 pounds of meat.
Yeah. Well, at least they're not shooting cows. So yes, hunters. Thank you, Jacob, for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. When's Cracker Jack's jerky date, or will he become compost? Cracker Jack would make a lot of jerky. What did he weigh when we brought him through? 1,800 pounds? I think that's what he weighed. 16 or 18, I can't quite remember. Matt, do you remember how much Cracker Jack weighed when he came through? He was big, and he's getting up there in age. So yeah, some decisions are probably going to have to be made about him.
He looks good.
He does. They all look really good. I mean, usually when we bring cows back from summer pasture, we have the cow in the back that's got the limp, that's got the calf that's way too skinny, and she looks like she's limping and her pin bones are sticking out. We didn't have any of that this year.
We did have, I saw one that she's not super pin bony, but she's a little, like you could see them.
Pin bones are like the hips.
The hips.
Yeah.
Whereas like number 8, you can't see.
You can't. You don't even know.
You can see her ankles.
Her cankles? Are you saying she has cankles?
She doesn't.
You're not even sure if number 8 has bones. She's just like a big blob.
I saw just a couple cows that you could see their pin bones, and I saw like one calf that was like smaller, and it was like I was like, oh, maybe it was the late one. I was like number 20 something.
Oh.
So, and we'll track. Obviously, we'll weigh the calves and stuff. Like she might have an older mom, and so like there are some older cows that we bought from my mom that like they're not staying beyond this year and stuff. So. Right. They do raise lighter calves just because of their age and stuff. So, but it didn't look horrible. Like it wasn't the tiniest calf I've ever seen come home from summer pasture. No, sure.
and that's one thing I was thinking about too today as we're moving cows back, and their calves are obviously with them. And this is the first year that, number one, all the cows on the ranch belong to you and I.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a different feeling. The other thing was, I was like, you know what, I'm not really too worried if we've got some smaller calves in here, because we're going to be taking care of them because nobody's going anywhere. So, the steers are staying, they're entering our finishing school and feedlot program. Heifers will be rolled into the breeding herd at some point. So as I'm looking at them, and I'm just like, well, that one's a little small, but we can fix that. We're not going to take the bite for it when we go to sell at auction. It's not just going to be like, oh, well, we're screwed because this calf is too small. No, we can actually do something about it now.
Yeah.
And it's a different feeling to be in control of that and not feel like, oh man, what could, they didn't grow like I wanted them to, because there's plenty of grass out there.
Well, and there's no, again, none of them are being sold now, right? So like when we used to so the last couple of years, like my mom would sell calves in January, we would sell a few calves at auction in January. Like they had more time to grow. But when we would sell in October, like with Gilbert and stuff, and even with my mom, when we'd sell in October, like basically the weight that they were, like we would highway wean.
Yeah.
And so you would bring them home the day before, put them on a truck, and away they would go. So when you were bringing them home from summer pasture, that's the weight that they were going at. Right. And so you're looking at paychecks, right? Mm-hmm. We're months away. I don't know if this is a good plan or not, but we are months, if not years away.
There's no paycheck on them yet. Yeah, good point. Jared's creating and entering into the Guess Cracker Jacks weight raffle, 1954. Man,
Matt, do you want to start a?
Yeah, you can, Matt. You can start a spreadsheet. I know you like spreadsheets. It's gonna be interesting to see what some of these cows weigh, and what they weigh at branding, because obviously they've gotten rid of their calf by then.
Well, and maybe potentially on a diet.
Maybe we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. Brian says 18, 19. I think that's pretty close. I don't remember what he weighed when he came through in the fall.
Maybe we'll have to do something for Cracker Jack's weight. I don't know. We could put it in a YouTube.
When did we weighed them? When did we weigh them?
You weighed him. Matt was here.
Okay, so it was this spring then.
Right, Matt? You were here?
I'm pretty sure. What is going on downstairs?
The children are running. I'm sure it's Grace and Lincoln.
I thought they were coming upstairs for a while. But so it'll be interesting to see what they weigh. And I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be part of the video as well, I think. Except for we don't have to preg check Cracker Jack. But
does he fit?
He barely fits through the chute.
Is he going to fit through?
So when we brought him through last time, I asked Jeff about this. Oh, when the bulls came back, that's when we weighed. No, it wasn't. Was it? Did we weigh Cracker Jack when the bulls came back?
He just retracted his message.
Oh, yeah.
No, it could have been, because we didn't bring Cracker Jack all the way back.
No, we didn't. No, Cracker Jack stayed back. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember getting Cracker Jack into the chute, and he tried to go, and Jeff will remember this, he tried to go over one of the cows that we had in there. I can't remember if it was a heifer or if it was a cow.
When did we have cows in?
I don't remember. I just barely remember this. Matt said he was here, 17 or 1,800 pounds.
Laughing all the way, 83. Thank you for the super chat. His estimate for Cracker Jack's weight is 1875.
I tell you what, whoever gets.
Doing?
I don't remember.
Were we Bangs vaccinating? Why was he in with the heifers?
I don't remember what was going on. I remember we weighed him though, because I could actually hold on. I have my phone right here. Everybody start drinking. We're gonna see what he weighed.
Is he gonna fit through the chute?
He fit last time, but it was a close maybe.
So I'm gonna obviously have to pay attention and make sure I get it opened up all the way.
Yeah.
Does he fit through the alley?
Yeah, he fits through the alleys. He's just a big guy.
I'm only on my second drink. My drink alcohol content. Oh.
Your drink alcohol content?
Not my alcohol content. I read that wrong.
I'm not as thin as you drunk I am, officer.
Well, it has 1% juice.
What?
It's only 4.5%.
Oh. Okay, let me look up how big he was. And I'll be able to tell you when we weighed him, too.
Jeff would like to know if he's in Cattle Max. That's what he's checking.
Hey, I'm checking. Well, I can't find him now.
I'm drinking ranch water.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Last time we weighed him was on June 17th, 2022. You want to guess what he weighed?
It was June 17th?
Yes.
What were we doing with cows on June 17th?
Branding.
No. Branding wasn't June 17th. We didn't weigh him at branding time.
I don't remember, but
because I was at branding. I wasn't there when you weighed Cracker Jack. And no, in June, Matt wasn't here for branding.
I That's what it said. That was his latest weight.
Something's wrong. Maybe you entered him that day because you entered other stuff that day.
Carrie Serrato, 2100.
We didn't weigh him at branding.
She's right. 2160 at branding.
We didn't weigh him at branding.
Yes, we did. It's right there.
I was there at branding.
I know you were. Apparently, so was Carrie Serrato.
Oh no, that's when you guys broke the chute.
Yeah.
Where was I? I was cooking and stuff. I didn't participate in branding. That's right. But you guys, you and Matt and Jeff weighed him earlier.
No, that is the only time I have weighed him.
No, because Matt was
Yes,
here.
if I had weighed him before, he would be in here. I have his birth weight.
Matt says he went through the chute while I was here. While I was there. I remember you guys weighing him when Matt was here. You just maybe didn't enter it. I think you weighed him when you got the chute or something, the scale.
Oh, maybe. Maybe I didn't enter it. 2160. That's how much he weighed in June of 2022. 2,160
Because after
pounds.
branding, you guys ivermected and weighed all. Did you weigh all the cows?
I'm pretty sure we did. Let's see.
Why don't you remember these things?
Because a lot of things happen over my lifetime. I only have so much storage room.
Hey, Serrato, did all the cows get weighed?
Somebody pay attention to what I'm doing. On June 17th, Bambi weighed 1,185 pounds.
Oh, how much did number 8 weigh?
Oh, well, you're asking me lots of questions here.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah. On the same day, she weighed 1,335 pounds.
She's a chunky girl.
She's a big girl, yeah. So, and Jared says, now I'm going to revise my answer. Yeah, things have changed. She's number 8's not going to weigh 1,900 pounds. She's going to weigh a lot. She's going to weigh more than 1,300 pounds.
She'll weigh 14 something.
Now, this was back in June, so they were on grass, but it wasn't the best grass.
No, and they were
coming off of
nursing.
hay. They were nursing calves. These are going to be some big girls tomorrow.
That's
We might need a
exciting.
bigger chute. I might need to call Aeroquip and tell them to send that buffalo chute down.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, see if we can just get it
Oh,
plugged in.
I hear a door. There's a
Is
kid.
there a kid coming? Be on the ranch. Check your messages.
Jeez, Matt.
Matt's just texting just to text. So,
No
Matt's-
go.
Matt's-
Zach says no go backs. But there's
go-backs.
new information. That's
new information. Yeah, you can't flip flop. What's that called? Waffling. No waffling.
It's called something else too, but it's not politically correct.
Is waffling politically correct?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
fine.
flip flopping. So Matt now has a spreadsheet going. So if you would like to get in on this, I'm gonna just.
Oh, not all the.
What now?
Carrie says not. No, not the cows.
Okay. If you want to get in on the guess the Cracker Jacks weight,
Yeah, Jeff. I think the alleys need widened.
make sure you throw it up here. Matt is keeping a little spreadsheet.
Is he?
He is.
Are
That's
you you're throwing a lot of information, Matt? You gotta go slow, guys.
Yeah, yeah. We've all met Matt, so just step it down a notch. Slowly.
We should do something, but we're gonna have to do it. The easiest way for us to like have a winner, I don't know what you're gonna get,
I'll give you a hat or something.
is to
You have to
have
be.
everybody comment on the video, and then we go through and pull all the right ones, and then do a random picker.
Oh, so in the video, we're not going to say what Cracker Jack's weight is.
I don't know. How do you want to do this?
My thought was we would just say thank you for coming to our live stream tonight. Throw it in there. We'll say what his weight is in the video, and then Matt will know who's the closest.
Matt's not tracking.
I thought he was. Better to just email.
Don't email.
Yeah. Actually,
Don't do that, Matt.
Don't do that
Email
to yourself.
Matt at Our Wyoming Life.
oh, now you did it. Actually, you know what? Matt's got nothing to do between now and Thursday. If you want to guess Cracker Jack's weight, here's how it's going to work. Email Matt at ourwyominglife.com. Give him your guess. He's going to enter you in on a spreadsheet. You have to do this tonight or tomorrow, before
Thursday.
Yeah, so do this before Thursday. So if you are watching this later, it's totally fine. Before the video comes out. Thursday's video, we will announce how much Cracker Jack weighs. Closest, without going over, because that's what they do on The Price is Right, is the winner, and we'll get a free Our Wyoming Life ball cap.
What if there's a tie?
then
flip a
we'll
coin.
send 2 of them. Yeah. If there's a tie,
There'll be
great.
2 winners. That's it. Cut off after that. I don't know.
There can't be more than 3, right? So, email
There needs
Matt.
to be a contingency plan on our part. Or,
That's very
or
true.
we're going to go broke with Cracker Jack weights.
All right. So, Matt's going to keep track of this because he likes answering me emails. And if you get the closest without going over, you will get this hat. In fact, Erin will even sign it for you. And
I
we'll
won't.
send it to you.
No
So,
one wants me to sign it.
yeah, you can sign it. Somebody'd like you to sign
I'll sign
something.
a piece of paper.
So, you can guess here if you want, but you have to email Matt because I don't think Matt can keep up with everybody.
I wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah. So,
Matt, it's Matt at ourwyominglife.com.
right. This gives Matt something to do until Thursday. Right?
Yeah.
And we'll know tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but it's shush. We can't say anything until Thursday. So you will win this very hat. This is our Wyoming Life leather patch hat, which you can actually get on our website if you don't win. But we will.
Ourwyominglife.com.
Yes, we will send this hat off to you. I'm going to put it right up there so I know that it's yours. Somebody's. So send Matt an email. Tell him what you think Cracker Jack's going to weigh during preg checking, which happens tomorrow. Thursday's video, and we'll announce the winner and the weight in that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. Whew. You looking forward to preg checking?
It's not going to be 27 degrees with a 50-mile-an-hour wind.
No, it's supposed to be pretty nice, and we don't really have a whole lot to preg check. I mean, I think we're going to be done relatively quickly. I hope, as long as everything goes smoothly.
It should.
I don't see any problems. We actually have 2 vets coming out to help us out. We have a vet she's not a vet in training, but she's a relatively new vet, and she's going to come out and see how we do things. And our regular vet, Aubrey Turnbow, will be here to help us out, and she's going to kind of guide us through the preg checking process. And what I would really like to do is have Erin preg check a cow. You don't want to do it?
No, I'm good.
You're not going to, you don't put on a big glove and
Yeah.
you don't even want to try it?
Nah.
Who else is going to be here? Carrie. Carrie might get to preg check a cow.
Let's just go for efficiency.
We got all the time in the world. We got all day long.
No.
No, we don't. We don't have all day long.
Let's not waste the vet's time.
You're so nice. So courteous of other people's time.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I, for myself, for one, preg checking is kind of bittersweet. Like it's
I hope they're pregnant.
As
I
soon-
mean, they look
yeah.
pregnant, but God.
What's the worst is, and anybody who's ever preg checked before, Brian can probably attest this, when they bring in that first cow, and if that first cow is empty, it's like, oh crap.
You know what happens too is, and every vet that we've ever had preg check says this, they come in waves, right? So you'll go pregnant, 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 and then it's open, 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 and it's like, oh my, what? But that's how they come. Like,
Right.
That's just what happens.
I hate it when the first one's open, because then it's like, oh crap. And then if the second one's open, I'm leaving. Like, I'm just done.
Well, you don't even work the front end.
But I hear it. I hear it coming from that
What
direction.
sucks really bad is when it's like good cows.
Yeah, that's sad too. I did watch, number 2 is one of our pet cows. She's been around forever. You've seen her in videos. She tries to climb in the gator with me. And I was watching her coming back, and there was a little steer, or actually it was a heifer calf that was trying to get up on her. And I was like, oh, that's not a good sign, because that could mean that she's in heat. And if she's in heat, then she's not pregnant. So if number 2 isn't pregnant, that's going to be pretty sad to watch.
Yeah.
You know, as the cows get older, you see these cows that you become friends with. They're coworkers, and you know, like I've always said, you have some people you work with that you like and some that you don't. But you know, even the ones that you do like, eventually they have to retire and move on.
Yeah.
So it does kind of suck.
She's kind of at the age where, like, she was born in 2009. Like,
Yeah.
she's
an older
past
cow.
the age of, you know, if we were doing really strict cattle management, they would leave at about 10 years old.
Yeah, if not before that.
Or, yeah. So it is, you know, obviously it just takes one little accident or one little slip in the wintertime, and she will have a hard time recovering from that. And, like, I hope she's pregnant. And we're pretty loosey-goosey about getting rid of old cows. I mean, that is something that's probably going to change here. We hope to change it, because they do struggle, you can tell, as they get older. But, yeah, we'll see. It is hard when, like, your favorites come up empty. So, Jared has super chat. Do the empty cows only go to jerky, or can they process from meat? Also, does age or other factors matter? Yeah, empty cows go for jerky unless they're in really poor body condition, which we don't really think that we have any of those. We have had some, because we would buy empties from my mom, and once in a while, if somebody had like a lump jaw or like a really bad limp and stuff, I'd be like, nope, not processing.
Yeah.
But that was super rare. Pretty much essentially the older cows that turn up empty, they go into jerky. You can grind them into burger, double grind, but like you can't really make a steak off of an older cow.
And nor would you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that do it, obviously, but not the best practice in the world. Christy asked, will you guys be able to check on Frida and Marty while they're here? Frida and Marty are they're both free Martin calves, meaning that they were each a different set of twins born with a male twin brother, and of course when you have twins like that, the male-female set, they share a bloodstream, and actually a lot of the male hormones get into the female calf, which actually usually 90% of the time actually renders that female calf infertile. There is that 10% chance that they could be moving on to the breeding herd. We may be able to have the vets can do a visual inspection. We can also do a blood test and find out what's going on.
They do a palpation. It's not visual.
There was a visual and a palpation, actually.
How do they visually do it?
I don't know. Maybe they can just see.
They look at it and say it
they can probably look
like
at
a
her and
bowl?
see. They can probably look at her and see that like her vulva isn't developed or something like that. But we may have her look at them. We may still do the blood test also. We're not exactly.
Well, ask the vet.
Yeah.
Because you didn't really talk to her about
No,
this.
not really. I was figured I'd just spring that on her while she's here. Hey, while you're here.
Love that for her.
She likes us. She asks to come here. So it can't be all bad. She's probably watching now and she's probably shaking her head. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, so we'll probably get those guys along the line of what we need to do. We did bring them in today, and one thing that did surprise me, so obviously the bottle calves have been out for the last, 2 months almost, pretty close, with the cows. And while Marty and Frida and Andy and Latte, which were the bottle cows that went back out, we did find them when we were bringing them back in. They're still hanging out together. They still got a little click going on, kind of.
Well, we only had 3.
Yeah, the fourth one came in with the second group, but we weren't going to talk about that. But yeah. So anyway.
You could have just said the other one was off by himself.
Okay. But
We
anyway.
didn't have to talk about the second trip to summer pasture.
Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up too. But we're not going to talk about the video though, so you guys will have behind the scenes knowledge. But anyway, we brought him back, and Marty was standing there eating grass when we came back into the triangle pasture, and I went up to him and I was like, "Hey Marty, how you doing?" Her, sorry. And I said, "Hey Marty, how you doing?" And didn't want anything to do with me. Turned around, walked away. She did let me like pet her, but she didn't. She wasn't like she was even a month ago, where she wanted to be right there, give me cake, give me food, whatever. She's figured it out. She's now a cow.
Bambi wanted nothing to do with you too, because there was a lot of green grass.
There was a lot of green grass.
Yeah.
So, since the cat's out of the hat, we ended up making 2 trips to bring home out all the cows.
I think it was Jeff's fault.
Oh, is this where Jeff gets another
I said
T-shirt?
I think.
Oh, you said you think. So
I was in the front. I was not in charge of the back of gathering. I just drove the gator.
In the video, you guys will see it's going to look like it went down pretty smooth.
It did go smooth.
It did go very smooth. We just left
Both
7
times.
cows behind. 7 cows and 7 calves. But we ended up bringing back all the cows. We got all of them back home. 2 hours later, we roll into the triangle pasture, and Erin says,
Where's 39?
"Where's 39? Where's number 2?" And
Where's all the bottle caps?
yeah, crap. So we go back, and there we find 7 more cows and 7 more calves. Literally within a quarter mile, if that, of where we picked up.
I'm sure
the
they
other
were like
cows.
further. And Jeff did go look.
Jeff did go look, yeah.
But I'm sure they were just even over one more little hill, and then by the time we went back there the second time, they'd probably just worked themselves
They were probably
closer.
down in a coulee or something like that.
Yeah, it was fine. They all moved back good the second time too.
So we went back, picked them back up. Erin and I brought those ones back
Jeff
90% of the way by ourselves, and then
Yeah,
Jeff
Jeff
came out
came
and
and
helped
helped.
us. So 2 trips, 4 hours.
I think we were moving, and you had kind of already had them started by the time I got down there. It took right at an hour
The second trip? Yeah,
and I think the first trip took longer.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like from the time I left the house. Like it takes a while to get down there.
Yeah.
And so.
Even longer to find all the cows.
Right. Yeah. And you had already gotten them. They weren't really moving, but you kind of had them gathered when I got down there. So, yeah, right at an hour. And again, 14 wasn't bad to move back the second time.
No, I actually, one year, it wasn't cows, it was bulls. I went, and there was like 2 bulls, and I could not find them. And this was back when we had larger herd. I think we had 5 bulls that year. And went back, rounded up 3 of the bulls, could not find the other 2 bulls to
Next
save
day
my
they're
life.
like at the gate.
Yeah, I finally gave up. I was like, I cannot find them. And I could have, I don't think I even had a drone at that time. Maybe I did. But, I was like, I can't find these stupid bulls. It got late in the day because I probably started late and gave up. And then the next day, boom, there they are, just waiting for us.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to not be able to find them. No. And just like, I just saw it somewhere. Matt said, yeah, Wyoming's flat. No, there's lots of hills and lots of little places for cows to hide.
And just, little rises and stuff. Like, it is very.
And the grass is tall this year. We had, earlier this year, what were we doing down there? Oh, it was when we went to take the bulls off. And you'd be driving along and all of a sudden there's a calf.
Yeah.
Because they would be laying in the grass and it was like, oh, I didn't see you at all. Like I could have just ran you over. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
lots
even
of places to hide.
Just we had the steers across the road and stuff, and even like in the old bull pasture, which has been super overgrazed and stuff, and doesn't have the best. It has really good grass because it's been nothing on it all summer until we put the steers back across the road. But it was definitely probably not one of our best pastures, and even like driving home on the highway and stuff, like all you see of the steers that are laying down out there, and they're big steers, they're not calves and stuff, but all you can see is their head, and their bellies are dragging through the grass, and it's so nice compared to years past.
Yeah, definitely.
Super nice. It was super nice to see nice big fat cows, lots and lots of grass for them to go back on, green grass down at the bottom underneath the taller stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's
very nice. Larry asked if I got a chance to go out and film with the hunters. I did not. Honestly, like we were talking earlier today, rough hunts this year. They really had to work for it. And for me to go out and film with them, I'm basically screwing up their day, to tell you the truth. Like I'm, following along. I'm probably distracting from what they would normally do. So I kind of made the decision to just say, hey, you guys are on your own. I'm not going to screw anything up for you guys. So unless something changes, I don't think I have anybody else that's coming out that's going to let me go with them and film, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
So
it's really not changed. Hunting is hunting.
No, I did go out with Butch and did a hunting video a couple of years ago, and followed along with him as he got an antelope that year.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, we're going to leave the cows on pasture until the snow covers. They're all going to get pushed back. Calves are going to stay home and get weaned. They're going to get preconditioned the end of the week. Then cows are going to go back to summer pasture. Calves are going to stay in a pasture closer to home, but not like at home, like in the next pasture down.
Right.
Because there's better grass. And then, the calves will come back at some point and we'll separate heifers and steers. Steers will go across the road.
Yeah.
Heifers will go out with the cows. Cows will come home at some point.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Honestly, it really depends on the snow, how long cows will stay on summer pasture. And then water, of course, is a big thing too. We've got to go, if it's freezing, we got to go down and bust water for them every day. And yeah, it's a bit of a trip back there, and your fuel and everything else, unless I start riding my bike back there. So.
Yeah, but it feels cheaper than hay.
It is way cheaper.
And we have plenty of hay, but there's so much grass out there. Obviously, we don't want the cows to worsen in body condition, and this is the first time in 3 years that they're going into winter looking really, really good. So, we don't want them to decline, but we'll see how much they weigh, because they might be on the chunky side.
They might be able to lose a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Brian asked how much of our herd is descended from Gilbert's herd. We did have a year that we bought 40 or 50 bred heifers.
Yeah, my mom bought 40, I think it was 45 bred heifers from the same place that we got bulls from.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of them come from that, but most of them come from Gilbert.
Yeah, I think a majority. I mean,
Like number 2 came from Gilbert. Number 8 came from Gilbert. Like our first 10 all came from, and we don't have all of them anymore, but like they all came from Gilbert. Bambi's from Gilbert.
yep.
Yeah, I mean a lot of them are.
Yeah, it's nice to keep that lineage going.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the bull isn't, but our bulls.
Yeah.
But yeah, have some of that blood that still flows through.
Yeah. So yeah, how long do you hold the heifer calves back before putting them out with the herd again? They'll stay separated until probably the cows come back and we start feeding.
Yeah, we're taking at least 6 weeks, probably 2 months.
Right. Depends on weather. So yeah, the calves, all the steers and the heifers are going to stay in a pasture closer to home, but you won't be able to see them on the webcam. Cows are going, even the open cows, because we don't have jerky processing dates until later in the year. So all the cows, even if they're open, are staying.
Right.
I don't know how many I have scheduled, but we're doing some stuff with the other ones too. I kind of have a plan in my brain.
I'm glad you do.
So even the opens are going to go back down to summer pasture.
Right.
And then when we start feeding, then the steers will go across the road. They'll get separated, and the heifers will go out with the replacement heifers will go out with the cows. And then, like in February, we're gonna have to sort everybody because you're gonna have to pull the bred heifers off.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
replacement heifers can stay out.
It's like playing musical chairs.
And obviously, we haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah, you ever seen the old war movies where they had the battlefield was in front of them and they had the little pieces and they moved them around and the big long sticks and they'd move this guy over here and this guy would go over there and that guy. That's what we should do. We should totally have a scale model of the ranch and have little tiny cows.
Okay, and so you need cows and open cows and bred cows and replacement heifers and bred heifers and feeder steers and A team and B team and scrubs and scrubs. I don't know what you.
The scrubs, the scrubbity scrubs. No, we have the A team, B team, the scrubs, and then we have a farm team.
Is that these guys?
Yeah, I think
These
they'll
guys out
be
here?
the yeah. They're working their way up. Maybe they'll make it into the big leagues. We don't know.
We're gonna have to make it.
Jeff has Jeff announced the day? I think he's announced the day he's leaving. I haven't sure if he has or not.
Now
but-
it's November-ish.
Ish, somewhere in November. Russ asked, where do you buy your chickens from? Why don't you have a rooster? We have lots of roosters. We have like 3 or 4 roosters right now.
Or
but
10.
We're actually
Sure.
talking now about hatching our own
I buy
eggs.
chickens because I like to buy chickens.
She likes
And
the
I like
variety.
to, I like to buy like bread or like if we hatch our own, I don't know what we're gonna get, right? Like, and I'm assuming chickens crossbreed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They don't. Yeah,
It's not like you get, if you have an Easter egger and a leghorn rooster, you're going to get some sort of mutt cross in between. Not to say that won't be a good egg producer, but like I like to buy the different breeds of chickens and have that. So I think we do want to get an incubator, but I'm still going to buy chickens.
right.
Yeah.
An incubator would be nice. So I would like to hatch chickens just to see what we get, more than anything. Like a
Yeah.
box of chocolates.
Yeah, I think, but I might hatch like 30 a year. I don't know, it depends on how big of an incubator we get.
Yeah, we have people that come and buy eggs from us to put in their own incubators because they
Yeah.
know we have roosters
Yeah,
and we
Lori
have
said they
fertilized eggs.
crossbreed.
So
Yeah, you're gonna get a big mix of all, and like
This is
I have
mutt chickens.
all the things, right? Because I buy surprise boxes from Cackle Hatchery, and so we have all kinds of different roosters, all kinds of different chickens. But I really like that. Like I like to do that. But they have separate flocks, and so like they're breeding for genetics and stuff. So, yeah, it's fun.
what do you say to a company retreat in Hawaii?
I think it's out of our budget.
Probably it's out of our budget right now. Maybe we'll work our way up to that. The hard thing is right now is like it seems like everything's going right back into the business. Like every dime that we're making is going right back in. There's not much left for vacation at this point.
Right.
But especially when somebody builds an RV park and everything else.
Well, and we want to buy more cows, and we need to buy a few feeder steers. Yeah, I mean cows.
Yeah.
And mini cows and whatever else, for the petting zoo. So.
Yeah. It's interesting. Shirley is, we're going to be neighbors this weekend. We're driving from Wisconsin to hunt on public land. Had to rent an Airbnb right up the road from you because yours was already rented. Our Airbnb does rent out in October really fast.
Yeah, like it rents in October for the next October. So.
Yeah. So I get that. But hey, if you're here, stop on by the farm store. It'll be open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 5:30. So feel free to stop on by and grab yourself some carrot cake made with giant carrots.
There's no carrot cake right now.
With all these carrots, and you haven't made carrot cake yet?
When have I had time?
You should just throw a carrot in the oven and
I bought a dehydrator. I've been dehydrating celery.
Oh yeah, Erin bought a dehydrator. That was big news this week. That was a dehydrator, which what did I keep on calling it?
Dehumidifier.
I kept on calling it. When are you going to put the carrots in the dehumidifier? Dehydrator. That annoyed you when I called it a dehumidifier.
It wasn't, because you kept saying it over and over and over again.
Sorry, it was stuck in my head.
And you kept calling it something else too.
What did I call it?
Thanks, Jared. I don't remember.
I don't know either. $1.70 Hawaii fund. See, that's what we should do with our savings is go to Hawaii.
We're going to buy cows.
Oh, yeah. Can we buy cows in Hawaii?
Can
we buy Hawaiian cows?
Lori said, funniest cross so far, Turkin with a speckled Sussex. That would be funny. Was it like a speckled Sussex? That's a tough one.
The what?
But with like a Turkin neck.
It was a...
That would be interesting.
It's a whizzle. Matt wants to know...
Can you spay?
No, you can't even spay it.
Can you say speckled Sussex?
Matt wants to know if you have any caramel rolls to send him.
No.
That's a
the
rough part.
pasture is real bad right now. The baked goods. The produce and the meat is great, but we got to ship beef this week too.
We do. If you are a Patreon, Road Toad, $50. Thank you very much. If you are a Patreon supporter, we are shipping beef Monday and Tuesday.
I'll probably do it over 2 days.
So.
That's funny.
See, Big Island. Tambra. Hi, Tambra. How are you? I had a phone call with her this week.
I was talking
Very
about
nice.
Lori.
Oh, what did Lori say?
Turkin neck, special sucks.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah, I do need a mini Highland for the petting zoo. I need a mini something for a mini cow of some sort. I'm 1.5. Like, I just can't say speckled Sussex. I did it.
Look at you go. All right, that first try. Joe is asking about rabbits. Now, you guys can try to convince Jeff to do this. Jeff has been talking about rabbits for 3 years. And I keep on telling him, just do it. Like, you want to do rabbits. And he hasn't done it yet. So...
We're not doing rabbits. I don't even know if we're going to continue meat chickens, in all honesty.
Eggs do well.
If I was like, no more meat chickens, would you care?
No, I wouldn't care. Meat chickens is...
Not the funnest thing.
Not the best thing in the world. Not that, it's a good money maker, I think.
No.
But you have to...
I have a spreadsheet. It's still...
Yeah, we're not making any money on them, so there's no point in doing it. With coyotes and cold weather and every other problem that we've had.
Keep them alive.
Yeah.
Be fine.
No. I'd be fine with no more chickens. In fact, I'd be fine with the ones that we have, just let them go wild.
Oh, no, we need to butcher those.
Oh, no, we just let them go. No. Free them into the wild.
Well, Carrie's already turned one into an egg layer.
I know, right?
A mini Hereford would be cool.
If anybody has one, feel free to drop it off.
I want one of those panda ones. The white ones with the black ears, the minis.
The fluffy ones?
Yeah.
They're like puffy?
Well, it doesn't have to be high. I don't know what they are. Yeah, broilers are stupid.
They're a lot of work.
Kind of over it.
Chickens, like I said, it's...
Egg layers are fine.
Yeah. How do you end up with brown eggs?
From chickens that lay brown eggs. It's all determined by the breed of chicken.
Right.
It's the egg color. It has nothing to do with feed or anything. It's the breed of chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meat chickens do better on grass. They do better.
But you still have to
on
process them. I don't know what the white and black mini cows are called.
Panda.
Panda.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can somebody Google that?
Somebody Google and email Matt and let him know. From Steven, will Matt come back to the ranch? We don't know yet. That's up to Matt. We'll figure that out probably next year. Let's see. Okay, well, I don't know.
British white? I don't know what British white
Belted
are.
Galloways.
Oh, I'd look at my phone, but I don't have it.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. So hard to do. Alrighty, so tonight's game. You can guess how much Cracker Jack, our big white lead steer, how much he's going to weigh at preg checking. We're going to bring him through the chute. We're going to get a weight on him. Last time we weighed him, he weighed 2160, I think is what I said. 2,160 pounds. That was back in July. Email Matt at ourwyominglife.com. Let him know what you think Cracker Jack is going to weigh tomorrow at preg checking. The closest, without going over, will win their very own autographed Our Wyoming Life hat
Do you really
from
want us
Erin.
to autograph it?
Well, no, I'll give him a choice.
Okay.
We'll find out. But this is pretty much the only way we can do this because we have to have your email address to let you know that you won. So be sure to email Matt. I expect him to get hundreds of emails. And let him know what you think Cracker Jack is going to weigh. And you can win yourself a free hat, autographed or not, by Erin or not. So
You can autograph it too.
I forget how to spell my own name half the time. So it's all good.
Like, apparently we should do a video on chickens and the color of eggs.
I know, right? We had a guy
It's
on...
super confusing, apparently.
We had a guy on the tour this summer that was convinced that green eggs came from when a duck mated with a chicken. That's where the green or blue Easter eggs, that's where they came from.
They don't just come from an Easter egg or chicken?
No, they were, he was wrong. He was misled somewhere along the line. I kind of felt bad for him.
Yep.
But I didn't say anything.
Guess what?
I
There's
walked
white
away.
chickens that lay brown eggs.
Yes.
And the green eggs don't come from a green chicken.
No, they come from Dr. Seuss. Alrighty, guys, that's pretty much it for us tonight. We really do appreciate you hanging out with us. Be sure to follow along, subscribe, and do all those things. The Beyond the Ranch channel now up to almost 12,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for those of you who do subscribe. Be sure to hit that little bell button also because our live streams, we do announce them ahead of time, but sometimes we get busy and it's short. So we want to make sure that you guys don't miss anything that happens here on the channel. If you're not a Patreon supporter, I encourage you to head on over and do so. You can do so for $1. You can become a Patreon supporter for $1 a month. $10 a year is the sale price, I guess, on it. You get like a discount or something like that if you just pay for the year in advance. And that opens up a whole nother world of opportunities along the Our Wyoming Life line of things. You can come to the Patreon-only live streams. You can order beef and pork off the website. You get extra content, all kinds of cool stuff that you can get in on if you become a Patreon supporter.
I want to talk about chickens real quick. Color of earlobe tells egg color. Not always.
Really?
No.
I always thought that was true.
It's not 100% accurate.
Really?
Depends on the breed of chicken. The only way to know for sure what color egg you're going to get is to know the breed of chicken.
Or wait until it lays an egg.
Right. Or just have so many of them that you don't care.
That's a good thing, too. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much to our moderators for keeping
Thank
us
you,
all
guys.
in line. Matt Fensel, Zach Hewitt, Lori Habel, Bill the Tractor Man, William Dunn, and of course, Mr. Jeff Lake enjoying his last few wonderful days here on the ranch.
He's
We're
got
not
a
trying to
few
make him
weeks
feel
still.
bad about leaving. What?
He's got a few weeks.
He's got a couple weeks left. We're going to make it horrible. Actually, we should try to make it really good for him. And then when he does have to leave, he just can't wait to come back.
He misses us when we're gone, when he's gone.
Maybe we should go out to San Francisco and just show up at his house and be like, okay, we're here. Let's work.
That's pretty good.
Put us to work, man.
Set up
Let's
some
do
rabbits.
some stuff. Let's raise some rabbits. Alrighty, guys, that's it. We'll see you guys. Let's see, the 30th is our Patreon-only live stream. We will be back the first Sunday in November, and it will actually be a time change happening then. Right?
Is this, no, Patreon live stream's still going to be at 7.
I know. I'm talking about the first one in November.
Yeah.
The time will change on that one.
Yeah.
Because the time changes puts us back to 6 o'clock
Yeah.
for live streams. So that will happen in November, but for right now, we're just going to stick with this 7 o'clock thing. We'll see you guys for Patreon supporters on the 30th. If not, it's next month for our very next live stream. So thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you next time.